Oh, I think we are live now. Um, yeah. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Let me dump this on Twitter. Get it on the community tab, and then we
Are
can
you
get
on
started.
YouTube or Twitch?
I am on YouTube.com for real, for real. Hopefully it's working. It says hello, Ahmed. I always say Ahmed for real. Big
That
jam
says
in
you're
the
live.
chat.
Yours
Big
says you're live.
Edbo. Okay. Good. Good. Doesn't say I'm. Okay, I see. I found the stream. Alright, give me 1 second, then we'll get started, boys. In the chat and gals, and then the boys inside the VC.
See?
Hello at Membro, welcome your face to the stream. Hello. Oh, I mean, Kev. Welcome your face to the stream. I've never spoken to you before, man. Doesn't say I'm.
Yo,
Okay,
Pokesel,
I found
dude,
the
it's
stream.
107 degrees where you're at right now.
Oh, yeah, today's a pretty cold day for us
Oh
Arizonians.
my god.
Damn.
It's a pretty chilly day, not gonna lie. Pokesel pronunciation, my name is abysmal. Stick to Ahamas. Okay, Ahamas. Hey, Isom, welcome to your face to the stream. Let me know if the audio is good, folks in the chat. Marineford review. Also, y'all really need to peep Vor's newest video for real if you haven't. It's a banger. I watched it. It was my first video on this channel I was able to watch.
Now y'all gotta peep that Pokesal new video for real.
Well, that ain't never happening. I'm 5 days. 5 days since the last one for real.
Hey man, that's new for real.
Throwing y'all.
Yo, Vor, congrats on 400 for real.
Yo, appreciate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You lit.
Yeah, man. All I want to say is I've been a fan of Vor since day one for real.
Nah, no, bro. My profile pic on Discord is too legendary to do that.
Oh yeah, give me a sec. Then we can get started. Alright. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and cool people out there in the chat and in the VC. Today, we are joined with the legends, Big EdenzBlue,
Yo.
Big Kev, the dog.
What's up?
And also we have the GOAT, the man himself, Synsei Inc.
Yo.
Then we even have the biggest One Piece YouTuber of all time, Big Vor.
You know what I'm saying? Something slight. 400 million.
Yeah, only 400 million. And then here we have me, Mr. Rav. Yeah. But yeah, you guys already know me. But today we're gonna be reviewing the goated arc known as Marineford. So before we get into like the specifics, what do you guys think generally of Marineford? You can each like spend a few minutes talking about like your overall thoughts, not your specific thoughts, but just overall about the arc.
Yeah, who wants to go first? You want to start with Edens or?
Yeah, we'll start with Mr. Edens.
Without going into detail, definitely, in my opinion, as of right now, the best art that has had like the big build up, great finale to the pre-time skip, a lot of cool moments for a lot of the characters that we got introduced to throughout the arc. Obviously, had a lot of focus on my favorite character, and and a lot of cool information at the same time from characters who we didn't get to see much of. That just got introduced very briefly throughout the arcs building up to it.
Yeah, fair. What about you, Kev?
Marineford was. I remember watching it at like 5 in the morning, and there were so many moments of me just screaming my head off about so many characters being just absolutely hype and insane. Specifically, some goats like Doflamingo, like Jinbei. You know what I mean? There's just absolute legends all over this place, and I haven't even mentioned other ones, obviously, because I feel like we'll talk about those later. And I don't know, the hype, the amount of hype around Marineford was just unreal. Like my favorite
Yeah.
part being the beginning, how the entire world and the readers, we're all waiting, or watchers, we're all waiting to see how crazy it goes down. You know?
I totally agree. What about your thoughts, then?
Marine 4 cool for real. Fuck with it.
Let's go for real.
I mean, nah, it's like just a legendary arc, man. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's not really much to say, man. It was that gas, bro. Like it was a smaller arc, very condensed arc, full of just hype moments. It's like the first time I think watching One Piece, reading One Piece for me, that I just really felt like this is the pinnacle of strength. Like it was just so many top tiers there, man. Like Whitebeard, Marco, the Admirals, Garp, and Goku. Fuck, Mihawk's there. Shanks pulls up at the end. Like it's just Blackbeard pulls up. Like it's just all these like legendary pirates, legendary marines, and it was just hype. It's probably one of my favorite war arcs that at least I've consumed. So,
Yeah.
So yeah,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, for me, it's become my second favorite arc out of all long-running shonen. So, bit of a spoiler there. But what about you, Vor? What are your thoughts on the goated arc?
The more I think about it, the more I like it. It's obviously always been one of my favorite arcs, but it gave me two conclusions of two character arcs of my two favorite characters, Ace and Whitebeard. They're both in my top 5, so I never realized how much I liked it until I reread some of it during I think yesterday and the day before. But man, it's just so good, bro. It sets up so much as well, because that is the starting point of a new era in the One Piece world. So it's just crazy.
Yeah, I totally agree. To kind of get into my overall thoughts of the arc, I love it to pieces. Probably the thing that made it the best for me was just seeing how weak Luffy was compared to the world, because we've kind of grown with Luffy and we kind of got that in Sabaody a bit, but we didn't get it to that extent. But like, you kind of tell about how like crazy it was, at least for me, is I read Impel Down and then I reread it for the review. And then I went on to start Marineford. I started it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it off a little bit. I'm going to read, I'm going to watch it with the homies. I'm going to watch the anime instead of read the manga. So there was 2 days where we didn't watch it because we were all busy. We were doing something else. And then I was like, okay, I'll just read 5 chapters. And you didn't know what happens. I read 5 chapters, and I couldn't stop reading it. I read it to the end. Like I couldn't stop, and I was like, I know I wanted to watch this, but I can't stop reading it for real. So I just finished reading it. We watched some of the moments in the anime, in VC with Sin. I think Eden's was there and a few others. And oh my gosh, not only did Marineford make 2 characters in the One Piece world that we knew barely anything about become my 2 favorite characters of all time. Well, not of all time, in all of One Piece is what I mean by that. It also is a banger of an arc. Like, it is gas, Travis. It is the definition of gas. But, before we kind of get into the meat and potatoes of the arc, I do want to talk about the lead up into it. I think no arc besides maybe Skypiea has a better like lead up into, because even yeah. I mean, like, I'm saying Skypiea is really good because we got Jaya to lead it up into it. But I think the lead up to like the build up for the arc is probably the best in the series. Because it has that insane build up, but also pays off with the build up with a really banger arc. Like something that we don't really get later on, but here is just a banger. Like peak after peak after peak. It reminded me a lot of my favorite arc in long running shonen being 1,000-Year Blood War, where it was just a peak and then it would outdo that peak, and then the next chapter would outdo that peak, and I loved it for that. And but let's just kind of get into the start of it. And it's been a little bit since I've read it. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks since I read it, so I'm gonna reference like the wiki on the arc to have like, so that I don't like accidentally skip a moment.
Bro, Oda for real.
Yeah, I'm just being Oda for real, using the wiki. But yeah, let's get started. So, I'm pretty sure, does the arc start as they're living in Peldown, or would you say it starts once they, like, after they leave?
Do you mean the full build-up or like the arc?
The arc starts.
Then I would say, yeah, once they get through the Gates of Justice, it starts.
Yeah, I was about to say. The arc felt like it started to me. I'm not sure, like, technically, but it felt like it started when, like Whitebeard's ship came, up on above the water.
It started off when like the world was anticipating the start of the war. Like you see like the different shots of all the citizens across the world, and then it shows you the entire Marines roster from like the admirals to the warlords and Ace on the execution platform and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean I love how we have this like build up that leads to Ace being on the execution platform. At this time, I thought Ace was gonna be saved. Not gonna lie. It wasn't until later, till a little person out there spoiled me, that I found out that he dies in this arc. But we get the build up, and Ace is on the execution platform, and they're recording the whole thing. They're trying to do it as like a sign, my guess, that the pirates, are gonna fall. Like they're luring out Whitebeard. That's the whole point of it. Right. And then we get remind me if I'm wrong, is it here before Whitebeard arrives that we get the announcement that he's not Luffy's blood brother, or is it after he arrives?
It's before Whitebeard arrives.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was before. And that reveal was shocking to me. Like, I don't know how you guys felt when you guys heard it, but for me, I was like, what the heck? I was not expecting us to get the drop that he's Roger's son.
That was so unexpected, but I was like jaw dropping when I first heard it.
Yeah, I mean,
the entire kind of like idea of what the arc was really about, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like it changed everything for sure. Like I definitely think like they took out their goal was to take out Ace. They also wanted to take out Whitebeard, and then Luffy became a later matter. Like during the arc, they decided they wanted to take out him as well.
Right.
But I genuinely thought from the core that he and Luffy were blood related, that he was Dragon's son too. Especially because like Luffy was like telling, like, we had word from Luffy that he was not Dragon's son, but I'm trying to remember her name.
Ace's mom.
Yeah, the one that it works for the rebel army.
Oh, Ivankov?
Yeah, Ivankov.
Yeah.
We kind of like
We're
have
back.
Yvonne say that he is. like they were helping Luffy because they had thought that was Dragon's son. So
Right.
that kind of, I feel like Oda did that on purpose to kind of mess with our minds, make us like least expect this twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like even the world thought, they were just blood related, and that led us to believe that as well.
Yeah, and it was wild. I loved it. Like it it really started a banger arc, and then like people were expecting Whitebeard to like kind of like come out and immediately go right towards him. And again, it's been a while since I've watched it, so I'm trying to remember it correctly. But like all the ships come back, and then he's going under the water. Like they don't see Whitebeard. Whitebeard comes up, and him and the Moby Dick, right? That's the name of the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Moby Dick is actually underwater, and they weren't expecting Whitebeard to be under the water.
Yep.
And they looked out. Yeah, because a bunch of ships came. Were the ships underwater with Moby Dick? I can't remember. I think some of them weren't, right?
It was just the Moby Dick and like 2 other ships, I think, but the rest came sailing in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest-
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that weren't part of Whitebeard's direct fleet, right? The ones that were
Right.
just Whitebeard's allies. And then Whitebeard and his
Yeah.
14 commanders were under the water, right?
Right.
Right.
But yeah, they come up, and then we kind of skip back to Luffy, him sailing to Marineford after the gate was unlocked. I do like some parts of it. Like I can't remember, but doesn't if I remember correctly, don't they talk about Dragon potentially coming to help or something?
It was Ivankov. It was Ivankov telling Luffy like not to worry, Dragon's gonna come, and then that's when you find out Luffy knew about the truth about Ace as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just needed a memory jolt. And I do like that aspect, because why wouldn't you think that, you know? And then
Right.
it also helps push the thing that Luffy was just aimlessly not telling them. Like, he wasn't
Right.
purposelessly trying to hide it. It's more so he didn't realize that Yvonne came to that conclusion, you know?
Right.
And I do like that aspect, because it adds a little bit of realism to the actual story.
Mm-hmm.
And then another clarification. Was it here that we find out that Shanks stopped Kaido from moving, or did we find out about that in Impel Down? I can't remember.
That was Impel Down.
Okay, that's what I
Impel
thought.
Down. We do find out some info related to Shanks here, though, which is pretty amazing.
What info? I'm trying to think.
We learn about Captain Buggy, the goat, and how he planned everything from the beginning. And now he is on the world government watch list right now.
I love the hype up with Buggy, for sure. That was really funny. I'd say one of my favorite aspects was the stab when the Whitebeard guy tried to kill Whitebeard and assassinate him. And then Whitebeard like hugs him almost and says, "You're still my son." It's when the whole world government is trying to stage like that Whitebeard's the bad guy, you know, and that he like backstabbed all the pirates. I love how it twists with that. I really do like Ace's character throughout the arc, as we slowly get to see more and more of how his thought process goes, and it really makes it like solidifies Ace as my favorite character, I think.
Yeah. Man, he's so good, bro.
Can I ask you a question, Pokso?
Yeah, go
before
for
before we get into like the big battle and all that.
Yeah.
How did you feel seeing that brief moment with like right before Whitebeard arrived, that brief moment when Garp was having the flashback on his final conversation with Roger? It was when Roger was telling him that he's having a kid, and basically tells Garp to take the kid in.
I feel like it changed my viewpoint on Garp a little bit. Like, I always knew Garp cared about Luffy, but it really changed, like, how I viewed Garp, in a sense, because, like, it truly shows that Garp is almost similar, and this is definitely not a take from Vor's video, but it shows how similar Garp and Smoker are, in a sense, with their sense of how they still do what they think is right, and they care about what they want to care about, for real. I love and this is kind of like a like down the line, but I love the moment when Ace dies and Garp sees what's going on, and he literally is like, "Hold me down, or else I'm gonna kill." I think it was a Kaino, right?
Yeah, Kaino.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, that part just makes it crazy. it makes it just such an insane like tension almost, and it really brings Garp up in my favorite characters list. Like he's like top 15 for me in the whole series of One Piece, because like he just cares about his family for real.
Yeah, it's like you see that whole struggle and like inner conflict with Garp. Is like he's so dedicated to his job. He actually loves the job despite like hating the higher ups and everything like that. And he wanted his son to be a Marine, or all of his sons really. Well, I don't know if you consider. No, I guess Ace isn't Garp's son technically, but he loved all of his, I guess, the children in his life, to where he wanted them to be Marines and wanted them to grow with him. And then you see this struggle with him and how you can tell from the time he stands up to, by Ace, like when he first is introduced in Marineford, that he is just he's I don't know if he's disappointed, but he definitely has some type of feeling. And I don't even think he's mad at anything at Ace. I don't think so. But it's just, man, and then he's like crying at the end and like, oh man.
I think he was more mad at himself that he couldn't convince Ace to be a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Like because I feel like he was like, he felt like he made this promise with Roger almost, that he would make sure that these two that Ace stays safe, you know. And he couldn't live to that promise. So I feel like he felt like he broke his word almost in a sense, and felt like I genuinely think like he cared for Ace like he was his own son, you know. In the same way he cares about Luffy, and I'm sure he cares about Dragon. Would be my guess, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah. We can only assume.
Yeah.
Because Garp hates the higher ups, and the Dragon's whole goal is to take down the higher ups, really. So
yeah,
I would assume he at least likes his goal in life, you know.
Yeah, which, speaking of which, this arc only made me more interested in Roger and Dragon as characters. Like, I just want to know more about those two now, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it was, like, crazy with how things were handled with them. It's almost like it's giving you a little bit of information about them, but it's not giving you enough to truly, like, understand where the story's going. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just like a little tease of like what's to come, and you find out like, you know, the lore of the world is like so much bigger than you originally imagined it to be.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Give me one sec. There we go. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, but it just feels like Oda's like teasing you almost. I still think he would have helped Luffy if he was in this situation, not gonna lie. I think it's complicated because I feel like what Garp struggles with the most is the fact that he cares about his family, but he also loves his job at the same time. And the issue is now that Luffy and Ace are in their situation, you know, and who they are as pirates, it almost conflicts directly with who he is as an individual almost. But he cares about his family so much that it goes above his job, and I think that's the only thing that would ever go above his job. But we're gonna get like really deep into Garp when we talk about the next arc, post-war arc. But as the story continues, we kind of get more visuals and understandings of Whitebeard as a character almost, and Ace as well, because we find out that Whitebeard was trying to stop Ace the whole time when Ace went after Blackbeard for killing Thatch. And that was crazy because like what we got earlier was when Whitebeard was with Shanks, he was trying to convince, like, you know, he was like trying to tell that he had to go after, like, he was taking the blame for what Ace was doing, you know what I mean? Right. Because he had constantly tried to talk Ace out of going after him. And I love that aspect. 10 out of 10. Like, seriously, it was great.
so much good things about it, bro.
Yeah, there's just so much about Marineford. Like it's just non-stop greatness. Like I'll be straight
30
up.
chapters, like
Yeah.
a 30 chapter arc.
And it's like those 30 chapters are the best 3 chapters in the entire series for real. Like,
And it was so good. Apparently, some people have told me when they were reading it weekly, they were actually mad because it had so many double spreads. Like they wanted more. Like they, like it felt
was so-
short while reading. Like it was like a whole chapter of double spreads. It felt like they just wanted more, man.
yeah.
But at the same time, it was so densely packed. That's the craziest part about it. So much happened in each chapter that the double spreads they don't really add to like what is said because already so much is said. They just go to show how like grandiose the battle actually is. You know what I mean?
Definitely agree. Oh, that's one thing I love about this. One of my biggest issues with an arc that Kev hasn't seen, but one of my biggest issues with the Aranka arc and Bleach is we don't see it. It doesn't feel like it's an actual war in like the final section. In this, it genuinely feels that way because you get those double spreads where you see the Marines fighting the Pirates. Thank you. I don't know where my brain went. And yeah, I love that section of it. We finally get into like the actual fight. We get to see Marco reveal his like form as a phoenix. We get to see Mihawk like trying to slice at Whitebeard. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's Marco that stops the slice in air, which was crazy, man. Like you better believe I was like jumping up and down while reading that, like going crazy. Like this is like the strongest swordsman, and in one slash, like everybody was freaking out over the slash. And then when Marco, it wasn't Marco, it was
Jozu.
Yeah, my
Jozu.
bad. It was Jozu.
Marco blocked Kizaru's attack, one of the admirals.
Yeah, I was trying to. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
So many names, it gets confusing.
Yeah. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, Jozu stops the attack, and everybody was just shocked that he managed to stop the attack. Like, this is just one of like Whitebeard's. I'm not trying to use the word henchman, but he was like one of Whitebeard's subordinates. Is the better term?
Yeah.
And he managed to stop a admiral level character's attack like it was nothing.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's crazy because like Whitebeard obviously is the Yonko, and Marco gets respect from like Marco. I think earlier in the story, Shanks asked him to join the crew, and it was like that's massive betrayal for, you know. But he's like the second in command of the ship or whatever. He's the first commander, and then you see this like presumably like the third or fourth strongest blocking someone that is like top 5 in this series, top 10.
Yeah,
the series attack. It's
just wild, like to think that Whitebeard and his fleet is truly a menace. They aren't just all talk, you know. I think this is the first time that we find out about the Zoan type devil fruit, right? I'm trying to think.
Mythical Zone.
Mythical Zone. Because that's the one that Marco eats, right? That lets him turn into a phoenix. So I actually have a question. Can Marco do anything else besides just turn into a phoenix?
Yes. I don't want to spoil. You'll find out more like later on, but he can do more like battle wise. But you'll find out more about him later on. I don't want to dive too much into that.
Oh, that makes sense.
There's also a second mythical zone. Sengoku also is mythical zone.
Yeah.
He's a Buddha man.
We do, Treasy. We do.
Yeah. He has he has like the mythical version of Chopper's fruit.
Okay, so I actually have a question. Did I miss a chapter, or did Sengoku really not do that much?
No, he didn't do that much. A
lot of the people in Marineford, he didn't really do it much. Like,
yeah, that felt so weird to me. Like everybody was like it didn't take like away from the actual arc, but I felt like a lot of people were just standing there and watching instead of actually moving and fighting. You know, like the really strong people. Like for example, Whitebeard didn't even join the battle until after he got stabbed. Like they were fighting for a good 5-10 chapters before he jumped into the battle. Then we have the admirals that were mostly the admirals actually did quite a bit. The admirals themselves. But then we have most of the warlords which were just watching and like talking about, besides Mihawk doing the slash. We have also then Sengoku, who felt like he did absolutely nothing during the war.
So no, I was about to say, so with Sengoku, I believe it was him. Like he's also been built up to be like a strategist. So it's like yeah. If you want to say it, go ahead, bro.
No, you go. You probably have a way better interpretation of it than me.
Oh no, you're good. Okay, so Sengoku's like basically a strategist, and it's a big war and stuff. So if you remember, folks, so like everything he was doing, it was like all like to plan for the next step. Like how their plan was like draw them in, and then trap them, and basically that's what he was doing for the most part, just being a strategist rather than actually just jumping in and doing the combat stuff.
Oh, so is he stronger than all the admirals, or is he just a strategist?
That's a up for debate topic. It depends on who you ask, but he's one of the strongest Marines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most probably would still put the admirals above him, but he's up there.
He's above the vice admirals.
Yeah, he's definitely above the vice admirals.
Oh yeah, bro.
So it was funny how destroyed the vice admirals got.
I was about to say, bro.
Yeah,
they're buns, bro.
They're fodder.
They were like, yeah, fodder for real. The only I feel like vice admirals, everyone except Garp is like fodder for real.
Yeah. But I think that's because Garp is he is on par with an admiral. It's more like he just doesn't want to be one,
Right. Just to let you know, like, Sengoku is built up to be like relative to Garp.
Okay.
Like like during their primes, they were like basically top 2 in the Marines.
That makes sense. Yeah, I assumed Garp was top tier. Would Garp be able to deal with Rayleigh? Like, if they got into a fight, do you think Garp would win? Or do you think Rayleigh would win?
I would say I usually hear most people say Garp. I usually do, but they're all like in the top upper echelon.
They're in the same tier.
What was the question?
Would Garp be able to defeat Rayleigh?
Bro, you're hurting me here, folks.
What?
He's like my favorite character, bro. You're hurting me. Nah, but yeah. Basically, Rayleigh, Garp, and Sengoku are part of like something that's fan made called the Old Man Trio. They're basically the consensus is Garp, Sengoku, then Rayleigh, but they're all close in strength. So yeah.
Right. We don't have we don't really have enough information to determine like strength wise, like in their old age at least. Prime two, but like it's the general consensus is that they're all at least within the same realm of strength.
Right.
Yeah. That's crazy. Kizaru is the light one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Marco and Kizaru clash a little bit if I'm remembering correctly.
Yep.
Yep.
It was just a massive fight. It felt like, and I loved it every tiny bit of it. They have. So I'm a little confused here. If I'm not mistaken, one of the you know how Whitebeard has his underlings? What are they called? Commanders, right? They're called commanders.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have like a Oars guy. Is he like related to the Oars that we see in Thriller Bark?
I'm pretty certain his name's like literally like Little Oars Junior.
Yeah.
Bro, I always assumed. Dude,
I assumed too, but like there was never like 100% like I was confused. Okay. I mean,
I just want to talk about Little Oars. Like, I really cared about Little Oars. Is that like weird? Because they showed the really cute scene.
I cared about him too, though, for real. So
he got cut. I'm like, dang, bro.
Like, he cared about Ace's hat so much. Like, it was so adorable for real.
Yeah, I do love how Oda gave like each character room in this arc. Somehow, in a 30 chapter arc, they all had more stuff to do. And that was goated. But yeah, I do agree with you, Kev. I was, as Little Oars was being like almost attacked and taken down almost, as they were fighting. Like, I genuinely was like, not Little Oars, man. You why can't these attacks be against a commander that we don't care about? But they gotta do it to Little Oars for real.
Yeah, he got it pretty bad.
Little Oars' compassion though, when it came to Ace, I can't remember the exact. It's been a while since I've read this scene, but what was it? Like, Ace was saying like something about nobody caring about me or something, and Little Oars almost woke him up out of it, if I remember correctly.
Like
god.
Right. I'm right.
I think so. I think he didn't fully realize it until the end, but yeah, I think he kind of snapped him out of that
Yeah.
initial phase.
When
Yeah,
when
you
he
like,
was reaching for Ace.
yeah,
Yeah.
you like see some of
Mhm.
their history and stuff like that.
I think that might be when Ace was like, that might have been, I'm not sure. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but that might have been when Ace was like, all these people came to see me. They really do care about me or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Uh,
on the
he was
yeah.
also
thing,
like,
right?
like while that was going on, he was like, "Why did you guys come for me? Go away! You guys are gonna get hurt for me. I don't deserve anybody." And that's what I feel like that lead up really made the finalization of his death hit so
Yeah.
much harder, because like throughout the whole arc he had like this whole idea like, stay away from me. I'm only going to cause you harm. I'm not
Right.
worth you guys risking your lives to save. And then with his death, he's like all like, we're actually gonna get. I'm not trying to like get to the end of the arc right now, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we see some of the. I'm trying to think. What was like right after that? Isn't this when Luffy and the group gets there?
Not yet. Like, talk about after the ore stuff.
Yeah.
First it was more of like obviously more of the battle going on. Then Doflamingo gives his big infamous speech. I don't know if you. I actually want to ask you how you feel about that. But then after that, that's when
Okay.
that's when
This is gonna
Garpet
sound.
went up to the podium.
This is gonna sound
Luffy
terrible.
arrived after though. He did arrive like not long after though.
I don't remember Doflamingo's speech for real.
Okay.
Right.
It's considered like one of the best speeches in the series. So basically, Doflamingo's speech was basically talking about how like it's not about pirates being evil or the Marines being justice.
Oh!
It's like whoever wins, it like that's what justice is. Whoever wins makes the rules.
Yeah, I remember that now. Now that you talked about what it was about, I do remember it, and I do remember liking it. But it was more so I wanted to know what happens to like Ace. That my mind was more so like towards that, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know this, Edens. We've been on reviews together, and we've spoken about One Piece. You know, my favorite aspect about One Piece is the whole justice versus, I mean, like protection versus freedom idea.
hmm
And I feel like that also picked up with that theme that One Piece continues to carry on. You know, with the pirates representing freedom and the Marines representing that protection or idea, almost in a sense. And I love that whole theme that's continually. I forgot about the actual speech, but now that you've brought up, I remember. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. I bring that up because you know that speech. You know when you think back to like Robin's flashback, all the heinous stuff that happened with that, and then
Yeah.
you're looking at it like this isn't what the good guys should be doing.
It's this, right? The pirates are evil, the Marines are righteous. These terms have always changed throughout the course of history. Kids who have never seen peace and kids who have never seen war have different values. Those who stand
Right.
at the top determine what's wrong and what's right. This place is a neutral ground. Justice will prevail, you say? But of course it will. Whoever wins this war becomes justice.
Right. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's like you know the arc is about like you see a guy like Whitebeard who is clearly a good guy. And then, you know, like I said, you think back to Innie's lobby with Robin's flashback and how the Marines did some messed up stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, that's the question. Why that question is like so important.
And I mean, it's true in the end. Like, if we take a look at our own wars, whoever wins writes history. Whoever wins
Right.
becomes the true justice to debate who's right and who's wrong.
Right.
And in the end, I almost feel like, yeah, the Marines won easily. Whitebeard's dead now. Ace is dead. And the only one they don't end up getting is Luffy. And then guess what? Like, almost the whole world, if it wasn't for that last bit that I'm pretty sure we get confirmation that Buggy recorded, like, the whole world was about to think that Whitebeard was a traitor and unloyal if it wasn't for the part that Buggy recorded.
Right.
Like, to think that they had that whole plan planned out. They're always thinking about how they can make the pirates look as terrible as possible.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's always in the Marine's mind. For example, when Luffy stopped Crocodile, who got the credit? Smoker did. Like,
Right.
Yep.
they're so scared of the world, trusting these people.
Yep.
I absolutely love it when One Piece does that, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, no, I see what you mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really goated in a lot of ways. But following that, we have Luffy and then the everybody from Impel Down that escaped coming out. I love the comedy with Buggy. Usually, I feel like comedy can be bad in serious situations, but I feel like it still didn't take away from the actual serious like war to where the comedy with Buggy worked well here. And Luffy jumps up and he's like racing up there. He goes down a few times, but he gets revived with the healing hormone stuff. I love how he's like this is gonna take 10 years of your life. You sure about this? And he's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really does not care about the future, bro. He's like, just do whatever I can do.
Yeah. He just wants to save his brother at the end of the day. Jinbei is there too. And they're all I love the scene when Jinbei resigns his position to Sengoku. It's so powerful, especially with the context of like Fishman Island and that, like, it's so much stronger. Like, just to see Jinbei's character in full fruition, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes Jinbei like one of my favorite characters in the series, and in my opinion, one of the more underrated ones, because I see a lot of people hating on Jinbei, telling me that Jinbei mid for real. So,
Nah, it's creditless.
it is so creditless to say he's like top 5 Straw Hat for real. Oh, spoilers.
Spoilers to yourself, bro.
Yeah. Jinbei
You'll get there soon, bro.
one day. Oh, that makes me want to bring up that whole Fishman Island scene, but we gotta wait for that for real. Yeah. So then they're fighting a little bit, and it's obvious that Luffy is kind of not the strongest up here. Like he's going wild, he's going crazy, but it's obvious that the admirals are stronger than him. Probably most of the warlords are stronger than him.
Yeah.
Basically all of them except for I don't even remember his name, bro.
Moria.
Yeah, Moria.
Or
I'm about to say Black Maria, bro.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the gist of it. Like Luffy only arrives to Marineford with like clout because he's like the big hotshot rookie that the
Yeah.
world has slowly begun to hear about.
I love the scene where Whitebeard's just standing there and Luffy jumps up to the same platform and he's just standing right next to Whitebeard.
Bro, that's legendary, bro.
Yeah, that's
And
such
he,
He's just not affected by a dude that can just obliterate him in one shot.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, like.
And Whitebeard's kind of right when he's like, you're all talk, later on.
Yeah.
But still, it was just great. I loved it.
I was gonna say the only reason he even went up there was to protect Whitebeard from a crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's wild.
Bro, I really would have wanted to see Whitebeard destroy Crocodile.
I like Crocodile coming back and like doing what
Yeah,
he does for real. Like he was a goat in Impel Down and Marineford for real. Not as goated as most of the other characters, but he was still a goat for real. There was a lot of goats.
I think too, Pokso. And you said it's been a while, but I think too, like that moment with Luffy saving, not saving because Whitebeard was going to destroy Crocodile, but with Luffy defending him, I think that just builds up to like Whitebeard's like legend and just shows the kind of guy he is, where he has all these people just defending him without him having to make a single move.
Yeah. And then kind of comes a scene where Luffy's just running straight for Ace, and everybody's trying to stop him. We have like Moria sending his zombies, but then Jinbei, takes care of those. We have, I think it was Mihawk tried to tussle with Luffy a bit. Luffy got knocked back a little bit, but then that one of the commanders came in and started fighting Mihawk, and Luffy was just going straight up. he makes it up there. Again, if I ever like say anything wrong, correct me. It's been a while since I read it, like a month at this point. I love the little scenes of Hancock like seeing Luffy come up and her being like in love almost. Then there's like Kobe in front of Luffy being like,
bro.
I love how Kobe's reaction is like, is that Luffy? Hey Lu, and then he just gets knocked out almost by
Yeah,
Luffy.
that was hilarious.
And then Luffy makes it to the top, and if I remember correctly, the admirals are up there, and they're kind of like fighting a little bit. But like when Luffy makes it there, that's one of my favorite panels in One Piece. Like Luffy's just standing there, ready to save Ace, and you know it, you know.
Oh, the one where he's standing by Whitebeard.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the one, that panel's one of my favorites, but also the one when he makes it to the top where Ace is.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. The one when he was when he was staring down against the three admirals.
A lot with the mast of the ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guts
Yeah.
on Luffy, bro. These freaking three people with half of their strength could kill Luffy, but he's standing by in front of all three of them like it's nothing, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. We get. I'm pretty sure. Is it here where Luffy's lineage is revealed? That he's Dragon's son.
It's revealed like right before he punches the giant. Not long after he arrives to the war. When Sengoku's. It's because Luffy shouts out. When Ace is telling Luffy to go home. When Ace is telling Luffy to go home, Luffy shouts out to him that like he's not going home because they're brothers. And then that's when everybody's like, "Oh shit, Roger had two sons," but then Sengoku tells him, "No, he's the son of Dragon."
Yeah.
And then because
That's one of
he's
my
the son. Oh,
favorite.
sorry.
Oh my bad.
go
That's one of my
first.
favorite aspects of the like entirety of Marineford. They try not to humanize Ace and Luffy like at all. Like every single Marine's like, oh, Dragon's son, Roger's son. I think it's
Right.
really interesting, and it's just like how like real life war goes. They're trying to dehumanize the enemy as much as possible.
If I remember correctly, didn't the world government kill every baby that was in their range of potentially being Roger's son?
Every baby, woman who, pregnant woman, anybody who had some kind of association with Roger.
Yeah. Which is crazy. And then once they find out that Luffy is Dragon's son, now they want to kill Luffy too.
Right, because they see him as like the sons of devils.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think what happens after all this.
Well, after the reveal, it's Luffy, like you said, Luffy running through all of the characters we've seen: Mihawk, Kuma, Doflamingo.
Yeah.
I think Boa gives him the key to Ace's cuffs.
Yeah, Boa does. And then we also see Jinbei beat Moria, right?
Yeah. Like while Luffy's making his way, everybody's like stepping in, taking on all these stronger opponents for him.
Yeah, like as he's running up there, everybody's being destroyed. Don't listen to him. Garp revealed it in post-tennis lobby.
Wait, what was the question?
What do you say?
Somebody's saying something in the chat. Jinbei's design isn't hype, but Ahmed, you can tell by his accent when he pulled to Sins VC that day. What? What's going on in the chat? Ace was held for way more than 9 months in his mom womb. Yeah, I know that. But what do you mean by don't listen to him? Garp revealed it in post-tennis lobby. I know that. Garp revealed it to Luffy in post-tennis lobby. But who are we not listening to, for real?
No, but it was revealed to everyone that.
Yeah, what I meant is it was
Dragon's son.
revealed to everybody, but like Luffy knew and Garp knew, and Sengoku knew, but nobody else did, for real.
Right. It was the world that found out about Dragon and Luffy's connection.
Yeah.
Because it was like broadcast and stuff.
Smoker was like, "Oh, so this explains what happened at Logtown."
Right. And then since it was being broadcast, the world was like, "Oh, put this all in the newspapers. The world has to find out about this."
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Sorry, I got confused in this. I keep forgetting that the stream is like a minute behind. So what they're saying is to what we already have covered,
Oh, okay.
Um, and then we get like the goat smoker in there for a bit. We get a few others, but I do love how Whitebeard describes Luffy's strength as he just attracts strong people around him. And then Whitebeard basically is he's commanding everybody to like protect Luffy pretty much.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Big Sin, welcome back, for real.
No, I'm back for real. My bad. I had to go record a video real quick.
It's all good, for real.
My fault, OG.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really cool. Luffy making it up there. Again, the buggy comedy is really, really good. It's funny. It works. Oh, I should probably do that for real. Okay. What's after this, Edens? I'm trying to think again. Like,
so during the battle, we're like in the middle of the battle while like Luffy is running through everybody. He's getting protected. Mihawk talks about his he has the strongest power, like which draws people in. You get the arrival of a bunch of pacifista, if you remember them, Poke, so the big robots that look like Kuma.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they're like stronger than most of the pirates, for real.
Then during all of that, that's when Scourge stabs Whitebeard.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, everybody is surprised about that. Then, like you already covered it, Whitebeard hugs him. And then that's when Whitebeard goes into the battle.
Yeah.
It's also when Ivankov is with the pacifista, and we learn that Kuma has some ties to Ivankov and the revolutionary somehow.
Oh yeah, I love that whole mystery with him, and it gets even better in like the Return to Sabaody. Like the mystery with him is just crazy. Like we have no idea what's really going on with him, from where I'm at least.
How'd you feel about? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vori.
No, I was just gonna say I want to mention that I think it's cool that Mihawk was the one that made the comment about Luffy, because he's one of the only people without a crew. So I feel like that wasn't an accident. That was just a pretty cool detail.
I will say, yeah, I think we already covered this, but I love it when Mihawk apologizes to Shanks that he's not going to hold back against Luffy.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a banger moment. There's just so much goated stuff really in this arc, in my opinion.
How'd you feel about Whitebeard's powers? Because like, you know, before he stepped in, all we saw him do was the tidal wave, but then once he jumped into the battle, you get to see him use them a lot more.
I think Whitebeard, like he's just cool. Like his power is the Quake fruit, and then he also has his skills with his special sword. I love it. Like he's just cool around it, and he's like, you can tell that he's stronger than everybody around him. Like nobody stands a chance against him. I will say you can tell that he's starting to get overwhelmed at just the amount of people in front of him. We know for sure that he could beat any of the admirals on their own, right?
That's a very debatable topic among the fan base. Be careful who you say that to.
To me, it just felt so obvious that he could take on any of the admirals.
In my opinion, if Whitebeard, if it was a situation where Whitebeard showed up and he there was no one else involved, and he just fought an admiral 1-on-1, he would win.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But the situation, it just isn't like that. Like this man he not only had to like worry about, like, you know, debatably one of the most strongest individuals there in Akainu, but other admirals, vice admirals, just random marines getting shot, getting hit with cannonballs, like getting stabbed. Like he was just like completely just getting attacked from all sides throughout the entirety of the arc for the most part, as soon as he hit the battlefield. So if it was a situation where he was fighting 1-on-1, like he just fresh came in off the ship, him and Akainu started boxing, might have been a different situation. It's still debatable though. Like Akainu is just very powerful, so I always kind of have him a step ahead of the other admirals.
He needs to die for real though.
He probably will.
I hope we get a shot where Luffy blows a hole in his chest using his fist churro.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
that's not
one
gonna
shot.
happen. Well, that's not gonna happen, but it'll be cool to see.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Whitebeard was just sick, you know. If Whitebeard wasn't sick, like a lot of people attest him being weak to his old age. And I do agree that them getting older does affect him slightly, but it really was him being sick. Like that was the hindrance. If Whitebeard wasn't sick in that situation, Garp would have probably had to actually actually be involved. Like Garp was scarcely involved in that. Like he did a few things. He punished Marco, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like when Marco thought he was about to do something, and when Garp completely showed in that moment like why he's still Garp. Like stop playing with me for real. Like he really rotting him. Like, but if Whitebeard
down like a fly for real.
If Whitebeard wasn't sick, Garp would have had to be more involved. Like he would have Garp might have ended up fighting Whitebeard.
Yeah,
like
that would have been scary for Whitebeard for real.
I would have been sick.
I think it's one of the coolest stuff like with Whitebeard and One Piece in general is the top tiers take time to beat. Like even though Whitebeard was outnumbered by 3 admirals, he had an entire marine force against him. He still could stand his own for quite some time. Like he was still there and powerful, so much so that the top tiers were still scared of him. Like we're not quite there yet, but they're just still scared of Whitebeard. Like they're still cautious. They're coming up with these plans.
They have to be.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when he arrived, like you can see Sengoku's face and everybody's face. They're just shocked.
Yeah.
They like
because you gotta think, Poke. So like they don't know to what extent Whitebeard is hindered. Mm-hmm. So they have to assume that he's coming as the Whitebeard that they know and fear.
Yeah.
They weren't preparing for a sick Whitebeard. They were preparing for prime Whitebeard. Like they were getting ready, because they didn't know who was coming. Because if prime Whitebeard was there, it's over.
Scary. It would have been scary.
It would have been a whole different situation. Like.
Yeah.
You know, because you got to really look at who they brought. Like they literally brought everyone. They brought the vice admirals, all 3 admirals, the fleet admiral, Garp, like the warlords, and the entirety of most of the marines. Like they were preparing for prime Whitebeard to pull up.
And even they still struggled with sick Whitebeard though, for real. Like it still took them a good chunk of time to deal with sick Whitebeard. We already talked about, but I actually have the screenshot from the anime. This scene is probably top 5 scenes so far in the series for me.
Yeah, that scene's fire.
Yeah. Like Luffy just pulling up on 3 admirals. This scene is...
Have we gotten to the point? Are we like at the point where we can kind of just give our takes when it comes to Marineford? Because I have a critique. I don't know if we're at that point yet.
We're not quite. We're almost done. We're at the part where Whitebeard just started using his fruit.
All right. Well, let me know once it's safe to start critiquing, because there's one thing in particular I gotta talk about.
Is it
about
the power
Marineford.
scaling?
Oh yeah, it's the worst power scaling in the series, in my opinion. The power scaling in Marineford is completely fraudulent. Like to have so many top tiers there, and for the power scaling to be that way is kind of ridiculous. And it's to the point now where like I wish Oda could go back and redo it, like do a one shot for Marineford or something, or like, because there's so the problem is there's so much that was that was in the story that we weren't allowed to see yet. Yeah. And that's the problem. And because we weren't allowed to see it yet, Oda couldn't really do what he wanted. It like Marineford could have been like at a whole nother level. Like if Toei did Marineford right now, it'd be crazy, son. Like because
we didn't know when people were using hockey, when people were
hockey. There's stuff you don't know about with Conquerors now that a lot of like that people there certain people there should have been able to use that we just couldn't see. There were certain power scaling aspects with certain characters that Oda really couldn't reveal. So there were certain characters that, in my opinion, were very nerfed on from a narrative standpoint. Mihawk is one of them that like Mihawk should have not been. That Mihawk and Vista moment is fraudulent. That's stupid. It was just certain stuff that we can't really say for 100% this is what like would have happened if we had known the information we didn't know. That's why I like when people power scale and they use Marineford, bro. I just be like, bro, you know Marineford scaling is trash. Let's not do that. You know what I mean, but that's probably my only critique though. I think besides the power scaling, I think Marineford was like almost perfect. Like I love this art.
Yeah. That's fair. I don't know like all the context around it, but I can understand the whole power scaling aspect from us just not knowing when the top tiers are using hockey, how much, or like, and the stuff I of course don't know about. My only question is, we know that like if you have a certain high level amount of hockey, you can just paralyze people. Why doesn't somebody just paralyze all the Marines for real?
The only one who had it was Whitebeard, but he couldn't do it because of his illness.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and like most people above like fodder level, like regular civilians in the town level are gonna withstand most of it. I think at least.
Oh.
From the average Conqueror's hockey user, I think Rayleigh could maybe like somebody like Rayleigh or Shanks could maybe knock out some higher tier people, but yeah, it doesn't really go too far up to scaling.
Also, second question, Rayleigh, why doesn't he try and save Ace too? Because isn't Ace like his former captain's like son? Why wouldn't he want to try and save him?
I don't think he really knew.
I was about to say, because like after he retired, he kind of just went to a secluded area. Nobody knew where he was. I doubt he was kind of.
Wait, who we talking about?
A little bit.
About why Rayleigh didn't go save Ace, because that was like Roger's son.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, like, it's not even his responsibility.
Oh no, that's fair. I would think that Rayleigh would want to save Ace.
No, he only. So whenever you get into the Ace Light novels, you know that like there's a brief interaction with Ace's old crew and Rayleigh, but they don't really sit down and have a conversation themselves, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, so like Rayleigh really had no knowledge about who Ace was.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
He was just that ship coder guy, He's not like
I think Rayleigh, like, this is a thing though. Rayleigh kind of lives by like, I feel like Rayleigh will kind of live by old code, and like I really don't feel like I feel like even if Rayleigh knew, he wouldn't have went.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I think that it's like it's not. I'm not gonna say he wouldn't care, because I feel like that would just be fraudulent to say. Like I don't think that he wouldn't give a fuck. Like, oh, if I don't give a fuck about Ace, but I think he would have looked at it from the lens of Ace is his own man, and this is kind of like the path that he's going through right now, type of shit. And I don't think that he would have intervened in it.
Yeah. And another point is he's closer to Whitebeard than Ace, and he didn't go when he seen Whitebeard on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of in the end he kind of like cried.
Also,
that Whitebeard died, but he didn't really like go.
I'm gonna be honest though, like Rayleigh probably was under the assumption, like everyone else, that Whitebeard's going, so I don't need to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in his mind, I could see him be like, oh, Whitebeard's going there, and he's taking his fleet with him. It's fine. Like that's probably what he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I could see him even being upset and crying because like he might have regretted not going to help Whitebeard out. He might could be a situation where he's beating himself up internally, like like damn, like my man's really just died. I could have went and helped him out, but I thought he was, I thought he could have handled it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like again, Rayleigh is in that group of people, Poxo, who like he didn't know the details about Whitebeard's condition. Only the Whitebeard pirates themselves knew about that.
Yeah.
So Blackbeard would have known.
Yeah, Blackbeard knew.
Well, I gotta actually quickly
Bas-
use the restroom, so I'm gonna be right back. If you guys can just read the chat and respond to questions that they might have, etc.
All right, I got you. I'm about to
That'd be
hold it
good.
down for real.
Yeah, it's Synsei stream now.
Yes, sir. I'm the co-host for real. So
I saw Abdel say somebody thought I was quietly.
hey, yo.
I feel like he has like a higher voice. I've only heard him maybe once, but yeah.
Yeah, I got a really minor nitpick for real, right?
Alright.
Why can Moria use his powers for real?
Devil fruit.
Yeah, but it's the daytime.
No, it's not daytime that stops him from using his devil fruit.
No, I
control-
thought the daytime the shadows all disappear and like you couldn't put the shadows in daytime. Like how does he keep making the zombies if it's daytime?
Well, that's a good point.
I thought he pulled up with the zombies.
No, he kept making the zombies from the Marines that died.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Hold on, Odo of Frost for?
Yo, and imagine Marineford at night. You just see like a scene later with two fire-esque devil fruit people.
Abdel said
would
it was
look
cloudy.
pretty sick at nighttime for real.
Abdel said it was cloudy. I'm dead.
It was cloudy.
It was cloudy, yeah. Hold on.
No, the ice waves from Whitebeard and Aokiji's kind of combo that caused a huge shadow over it for real.
Okay. There is a random phenomenon in like Skypiea that a cloud makes basically it makes it nighttime. That's how thick the cloud is. So,
Oh, true.
Yeah.
saying?
I'm curious on what y'all think about this. Aside from Akainu, who do y'all think was more like the most impressive on the Marine side during this arc?
I don't even know, man. A lot of them didn't do much.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking because like this was like
I would say
Akainu's
Kizaru.
introduction.
I
That
guess.
nigga Gart one shot Marco for real.
That's all it was. That's all it took.
That
I was
they
about to
was
say, Garp
they
was
low
on-
key were struggling with the Admirals were like struggling with Marco the whole time. This nigga Gart put that nigga down with one punch.
Yeah.
I feel like Aokiji did the worst for real. He did like nothing in all honesty.
That's cap.
I mean, he made the waves, but I don't remember him doing anything like crazy.
He was busy with
one-shotted
Jozu.
Yeah, he basically one shot him.
Yeah, come on, stop. Yeah, I was about to say stop playing with that man for real.
But I will say
but, like,
Jozu is
compared to,
pretty
like,
impressive.
Akainu, bro.
If it wasn't for Whitebeard, bro, he probably would have soloed the whole fleet.
Yeah, probably. You put that work in.
Because it was
Yeah.
like he had some trouble with Jozu for a while, but there was like once everything started going bad for Whitebeard, like when he got the heart attack, that's when Jozu got frozen, lost his arm, Marco got handcuffed. I think Vista was still doing the Mihawk shit.
People that Aokiji automatically couldn't have done the worst because literally almost all the vice admirals were fucking fodder.
I don't even think we were putting them in the conversation. They were all garbage.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, all the vice admirals.
The question was who did the best on the Marine side, so we can't just disregard them because they're trash.
My,
Yeah.
They're trash.
Oh, I think it'd be Akainu for real.
No. I was saying besides Akainu because this was like his
Besides Akainu.
introduction arc.
Yeah,
It's like Kizaru after Akainu.
that's what I would say.
Because all
Probably.
the vice admirals, all of their feats was like ganging up on Luffy when he got close to the platform.
Yeah. But from where we left off, we were I think we'll just start back where Luffy uses hockey unknowingly. Yeah, he does that. I think some people were a little shocked at it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But after that, he's trying to get back to Ace because he just got there again, but now he wants to get there to actually be able to save him. And a bunch of people are attacking him. We get Crocodile. I'm pretty sure Crocodile fights Doflamingo first, but then after Doflamingo, we watch him fight Mihawk a little bit. But it's more so he's just holding Mihawk back to allow Luffy to continue running, if I remember correctly. And then after that, which that was gas. I really am starting to like Crocodile a lot. Like, if you guys remember initially from Alabasta, I wasn't like the biggest fan of Crocodile. I thought he was like good, but not like I wasn't like happy when he was on screen, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't like gassed. But now, whenever he makes an appearance, I think it's a gas scene for real. I then say, then Luffy actually saves Ace, and that was crazy. Like, when Ace gets freed and he just starts using his devil fruit like crazy, and then they're like running out, but like before they both run out, like they're surrounded by Marines and they're working together to fight those Marines. It's almost like Ace is giving like Luffy almost equal status, like recognizing him as an equal almost when they're fighting. Yeah. And I thought that was gas when he did that. And yeah, they start to escape. They're running back from Whitebeard's orders. And as they're running back, we kind of Aokiji, no, not Aokiji, Akaino insults Whitebeard. And Ace hears the insult, and he turns back and is like, "Are you seriously doing that?" And
where
they
it all goes downhill.
Start fighting.
And this is where Ace became the worst character in the series.
Star correction, best, but okay, for real. I think like I kind of knew everything. He said something about how like Whitebeard was a coward, or like the Whitebeard pirates are all cowards or something like that. And they both fight, and they're fighting for a while. And then Luffy drops a piece of paper that's like the paper thingy that is able to track Ace's life, and he like goes to go reach for it because Ace said hold on to this, and then Akaino is going to kill Luffy here, and Ace gets in the way, taking the shot. And then as Ace falls down, him and like Luffy are hugging almost, and he tells Luffy, "Thank you for loving me." And man, I remember reading that in call with Edens, and Eden said, "Just wait, it's not at the saddest part yet. Just wait." And I kept turning the page, and when we got to the part where Ace said, "Thank you for loving me," man, there was some dust in my eye. Not gonna lie, like I was crying for real, like a lot. Like, it was upsetting. But what made it even sadder is even after I read it, like 2 or 3 hours later, I was just thinking about what I just read, and that made me cry too. Like that I almost feel like when you're reading it at first, it's saddening, but what makes it sadder is when you think about what you just read. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the realization, like, this is permanent, bro. Yeah. He's not coming back into the story.
That's not even what.
The Luffy's reaction
made me sad, bro. It was the Luffy crying that got me, bro.
Yeah. What got me?
I was okay, bro, until that nigga. I was like,
You for real. I mean, the line where he says "Thank you for loving me" hit me so hard, but like Luffy's reaction to that was even crazier.
Anytime Luffy cries, bro, that joint be hitting different, bro. Like, I'll be like, bro, come on, son. Cause Luffy don't really do that, you know what I mean, too often. Like, he's usually a happy-go-lucky type of person. He's a free soul, you feel me? So when he gets like in those emotional times, like, you'll see another time. Well, you won't see it in the manga. You have to peep the anime, but in Dressrosa, there's something happens, and it's a different type of cry. It's more of a happy cry, but it's still hit. You feel me? And then I don't know, bro.
I talked about in my video where I said you need to read One Piece. I talked about how Luffy as a character. Well, at first that was an aspect I really didn't like about his character, how he only showed like this joyous attitude. It's kind of grown on me a little bit because although he's joyful all the time, although he's usually happy or angry, when he does show the emotions of sadness, when he does show tears, it happens so few times that it hits so much harder, and it hits you deep in the soul. And I pulled up the quote from Ace that really hit me. It was, "Old man, everyone, and you, Luffy, even though I'm so worthless, even though I carry the blood of a demon. Thank you for loving me. Like Ian, remember when we were in the call, man? I was just I got to that page and I was like, oh my gosh. Like the final panel with "Thank you for loving me" was dead, and then you get that scene where Luffy's crying, and the art for that is incredible. Oda banged with that art. Like,
have you seen it in the anime yet? That scene?
I did watch it in the anime, and it hit me like a truck again.
I think it's fire. I don't know. I think it's fire too because like a lot of times people have this like toxic masculine like mindset on like men crying in general, and they feel like a lot of people think that you should like they literally have a mindset where like, oh, men shouldn't cry, and I feel like that's the most ridiculous thing like that I've ever heard. So like anytime I can see like, you know, a man like be upset and just let that shit out, bro, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of a respect thing too, you know, because it's like for like a lot of, especially in this world of pirates where like pride is such a big thing to the point where like you'll see multiple times throughout the story that like pirates don't even like to fall on their back. Like the pride is that deep, you feel me? And it's like to see that it was fire too for me, because I'm just like, I kind of fuck with that, man, because a lot of times, bro, people let pride get in the way. They won't really let their emotions out. You know what I mean? As men, so
yeah, I totally agree with that, Sin.
It's cool.
I wanted to mention something that made me really sad about it, and something I didn't realize. I didn't even peep until the second read through of it. Like before he actually dies, he uses his powers to, I don't know if you want to say kill or beat people around him. And in the middle of the war, Ace bows down to and gets on his knees and like bows down to Whitebeard. And Whitebeard's like, I have little use for little soft words, but tell me one thing, Ace. Were you happy with me as your father? I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think after the second read, after you know what's gonna happen, just rereading stuff just makes everything feel so. It's like, it's so much heavier, bro. It's like, oh man.
No, I totally agree. Especially because Ace realizes here that Whitebeard's gonna die. I feel like they all know that Whitebeard's gonna die. Whitebeard's the one that's ordering them to run away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that it hits so hard for real.
I think what hit me, bro, was the moment where Whitebeard, the battle ground is pretty much split, and Whitebeard tells everyone to stay back, and they all look away. But Marco still watches.
Yeah.
And he has that moment where he apologizes to Pops for watching it.
Yeah.
But he couldn't take his eyes off of it.
Yep.
And he sat there and he watched his father pretty much go out like a fucking champion.
Mm-hmm.
And like that shit hit, bro. It's just like, to me, bro, Whitebeard is the true definition of a captain. I feel like he personifies what it means to love your crew like they're your own children. And as you can see, man, there was just so many people he touched. He changed a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the Whitebeard's really, he's the GOAT.
And you know what's crazy, bro? The main character is supposed to be some crazy special person, but we've seen captains like him, but we have never seen a captain like Whitebeard ever. Like, and it's crazy to me that someone who's not the main character, he is a main character, I would say, of the arc, but he's not one of the main pieces of like the overall story and in game, and we will never see a captain like him. It's just crazy to me.
I agree.
I was gonna say just.
Oh, you can go first, Kev.
Okay. I was just gonna say, like, just from this little glimpse of Whitebeard, we could tell this man is like literally just a living legend. Like, just like Roger, Whitebeard, like Whitebeard could have been the main character of it, and it probably would have been another really enjoyable series. You know what I mean? It's just he's got such a amazing kind of draw to him, just like how Luffy does. Everything
Yeah.
about him is just like he's got
Yeah.
charisma, he's got that determination, like strong morals, everything.
Yep.
He's like the
Yeah.
epitome of like, to me, he's like the epitome of like manliness, masculine. You know what I mean? He's like that guy. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. He's like
Mhm.
the ultimate Chad for real. And
It's
it's
also-
crazy, bro. Oh, no, you can go ahead.
And I was about to say, like, also, like, the how Whitebeard's death poke so like signified the end of an era,
We're
like how
not there yet.
he stated.
We're not
Okay,
there
go
yet. No, I'm just
Okay.
I'm kidding with you, Edens. I'm messing with you, Farrah.
What were we saying? Is?
No, I was just saying, like, how he talked about how like no ship will carry him into the new age.
No, I agree
Right,
with you,
right.
Edens. It is Whitebeard's
like
death
the-
is goated too.
Right, he's like the
Yeah.
final piece of the pirate legacy from like Roger's time. You still got like
Yeah.
Sengoku and Garp there, but on the pirate side, it's pretty much like Whitebeard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. This arc alone has 3 of my top 4 favorite moments in the series, like easily.
Crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, like my favorite moment is now when Ace says "Thank you for loving me." I think that moment, again, I'm going back to, it hit me so hard because, like there was a period in my life where I viewed myself as worthless. So
Yeah.
I think Ace's whole character is just beautifully well written, especially once we get into his backstory. But
Yeah, it feels like it's such a personal character. Like even
Yeah.
his choice to turn around. I don't know if you know, but basically in another cover story, he did the same thing he did with Akanu with like a regular, just like a regular pirate in a bar. So it's like in character form, but like
yeah,
if it just feels like such a personal character because like he Oda basically embraces him doing the childish thing, but we all love it, like can't really blame him. A lot of people do blame him. I can't say they don't, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Anyway, after Ace dies, we get probably another top 4 moment for me, and it's Whitebeard's rage. Like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. Like, Whitebeard watches Ace die, and he is so pissed off about it that he just
yes,
he like
yes.
destroys an admiral as if the admiral's nothing. Like,
Yeah.
he makes Akainu look like fodder. Like,
That freaking bloodlust, bro, in anime be going crazy.
yeah. Like, I know people are gonna be mad at me saying that, but he literally makes Akainu look like fodder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they both got some good hits off, but like, it's just the way that like you see, basically how, Waybeard is just so, he's basically half dead and he's still doing his stuff. Like,
Yeah. I think Sengoku literally looks at him and he's like, oh my gosh, this legend is so injured. And
yeah.
he's still, like, fighting on even grounds, if not above, like I'm pretty sure he wins, he wins that fight. Like, he's fighting on, like, he's able to defeat an admiral.
Right, yeah.
How? Like, this man's like a walking corpse right now. But he's able to beat an admiral, and it's crazy.
My man
Yeah.
Akainu got up after that, though. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Dude, I was
Yeah.
gonna say credit to him.
credit
to him
Akainu,
for
he still
getting up.
got up and still was fighting, though. Like,
He fought basically like 14 commanders after that. Like,
Yeah.
it's heavy respect to Akainu.
Mhm.
It's crazy because like we see how Whitebeard was fighting Akainu, but like before that, Marco and Vista try to attack him, and he uses his hockey and his devil fruit to make the attack just go straight through him, like he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's levels to it, for real.
Then we have probably the most legendary death in manga and anime. Where Whitebeard's standing up there. Well, before that, I accidentally skipped one of the most important parts of the story. Blackbeard showing up. Like, I'm sorry, Blackbeard gave me major, almost like, this was all according to my plan vibes, you know?
He's the real winner.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The real winner of the war.
Yeah.
He really was the real winner.
Like, he manipulated everybody, it felt like. I think the one thing that he didn't plan for, though, was Shanks coming. And I think that was one thing that he
Yeah.
wasn't, like, That's why he was like laughing, almost like he was like shocked that Shanks showed up. You know?
That nigga Blackbeard pulled up, killed the world's strongest man, took his fruit. Later on, takes all his territory. This nigga Blackbeard. He just one of them. He just a weasel ass nigga, bro. This nigga.
Yeah. I think.
Hate that nigga.
Yeah, I still think like I don't like Whitebeard. I can't wait to watch him die. I hope he dies for real.
You mean Blackbeard?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I hate Blackbeard.
I was about to say, bro, you hate Whitebeard.
Bro. I hate Blackbeard and love that nigga.
Yeah, bro. He's like such a
Like with Akainu, I
bro.
just hate that nigga. But Blackbeard is like I love and hate him.
Oh, I just hate Blackbeard for real. I'm sorry, I just hate him for real.
I mean, I kind of respect Blackbeard for real. Like, he's going about it in the way he shouldn't go, because we want Blackbeard to do what Luffy does and be like a cool, respectable guy. But Blackbeard, he's like brilliant. You know what I mean? He's like manipulating the system so well, and he's just causing chaos wherever he goes, and he loves it, and that's what makes me love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you guys, if I don't remember correctly, doesn't Blackbeard literally still say, I still view you as a father? Or something like that?
Nah.
But then Whitebeard
He's
says,
the
I hate you, or something?
Nah.
But
I think he says the opposite.
I
doesn't
do
he?
think that Blackbeard does care for them, because he does admit at some point that he didn't want to kill Thatch.
Yeah.
That he felt bad about doing it, but he had to because Thatch was in his way. So like I do think that he cared about them. Like he spent his whole life with them.
Yeah, he
cares more about his ambition.
Yeah.
right. He did tell Whitebeard that he did respect him and admired him, but it was like once Whitebeard got old, that's when it was time for him to make his own plans.
And it's at the same time, it's like something that gets told over and over in the story is like there's no rules in pirating. So it's like you might dislike how Blackbeard went about it, but it's just like he grew up, he respected him, but at some point he felt like he wanted to be his own man, so he made moves.
Yep.
So it's just like he's still shitty for doing it, but it's like Kev said, like I can understand why he's doing it though. Like he just wanted to do his own thing, you feel me? So but I do think he does care.
No,
It's just he cares, but he cares more about himself and what he wants.
Yeah. I love how he shows up and we get to see why he was at Impel Down all along. He had like all the level 6 prisoners with him. That was crazy. Like, he's obviously now a force to be reckoned with. Like, the level 6 prisoners are like aren't they like they're warlord level, right? Like they're the same tier as warlords.
We don't really know, but yeah, they're like some of the most dangerous people in the world.
Yeah. I say
Also, I disagree with the chat. Jiraiya's death has nothing on Whitebeard's death for real.
So he just got bro, that final panel is better than anything Jiraiya ever did for real, and I like Jiraiya.
I agree. That final panel's legendary.
Yeah, that's facts. Jiraiya death don't hit like Whitebeard's.
Yeah, Whitebeard's doesn't hit like in sadness, and more hits in like holy crap. And then the legendary words being like the One Piece Israel.
That's the thing. I disagree. I don't think Whitebeard's death, his actual death, was sad, but everything around it was sad.
Yeah,
because
I agree
people
with you,
reacting to it and things like that made it sad. Not really him dying per se.
Yeah.
Like
I just wanted to add, I feel like it's not just how sad it is, it's also how like awestruck. You know what I mean? Like that last photo where it's like showing all his wounds and everything. Like it's just so like sick. I don't really know how to describe it in full.
Yeah,
like,
he went out like a legend. He's a legend.
Exactly. Like
that's how it was supposed to be, but also like it was like a shock to the world type shit, because it's like, bro, this is Whitebeard. Like, yo, Whitebeard's dead. Like, what the fuck? No one expected that.
It's like when a celebrity dies in like our world. Like, literally, if that makes like that's like
Yo, Whitebeard dying to them was like Michael Jackson's death.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like Kobe.
Like
from-
that shit was on the same level, bro. Like I remember when Michael Jackson died, the whole world stood still. Like
Literally.
I still remember that day.
I wasn't
Yep.
really, I don't really remember it, but I read stuff on it.
He was mad young.
Yeah, I don't remember it all.
Same with Kobe though. Kobe's a good example too. Like it was just like one of those things. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
I
kind of
just-
how it was for them.
Yeah,
I said Kobe because we were like, well, I was older. Michael Jackson, though, I remember I was like 8 or like 9 or some shit.
Bro,
but-
that shit, yo, the whole world shut down, bro, when that nigga died. Like literally, like every TV station was like playing the news thing when he passed. Like it was crazy. Like certain people when they die, bro, it's just like it's a big deal. Cause it's like crazy. I think Kobe, his was crazy because it's like that nigga's a legend and he was going way too early.
Yeah,
So it's just like what the fuck?
yeah, the way we
And it was
view
mad
people,
random.
like in a higher position now, it's just like it almost feels like they're untouchable sometimes, and then when
Yeah,
when they pass, it's like that shock to that we bring us back down to reality.
yeah.
It's just like wow.
Cause sometimes like people die that are legends, but it's like they're old as shit. Like when Stan Lee died, like
Yeah,
he was
that's what
mad
I was saying.
old. You feel me?
Yeah.
It was like it still was sad, but it's like yo, he lived a long ass life. But when somebody like Kobe dies, like how was he in his 40s or something? Like how old is he? 50s?
39, 40, something like that.
Yeah, like he was like in his 40s. Like he had a lot of life left,
Right.
and he's healthy too. One like Kobe is like unhealthy. Like you feel me? So it was like it was just kind of shitty. It was one of them shit. But yeah, not to get off topic, but this kind of it's similar to that. Like when Whitebeard died, it was like for the One Piece world, it was just like, yo, I know, he old and sick, but like I didn't think he would die like this.
Yeah.
Right. People, because people saw him as the guy who was closest to being Pirate King, the guy sitting at the top of the world.
Yeah,
I feel like it almost like if we take into like the manga scene and manga and anime fans, it's almost like Mira's death in a sense, and how hard that hit people,
Right.
like Berserk is seen as like the king of seinen and one of the kings of manga, and then the
Right.
author's passing.
Right.
But yeah. And then after Whitebeard's death, we get the whole Blackbeard using Whitebeard's fruit too, which was sick. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. When Whitebeard split the things between the Pirates and Marines, that was sick. But yeah, the pirates are just being destroyed. Like so many people are dying, it's not even funny. And then Kobe has his speech. That was really great. And then he's about to die from Akainu because Akainu's like, "You're useless, bro. Go die,"
Pokes.
Okay. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Chat. Stop talking about Naruto. For real. Or else I'm gonna start talking about Bleach for real. Okay? And you don't want that for real. So, yeah. What's up, Edens?
Before the Kobe stuff, what was your reaction to Blackbeard now having Whitebeard's fruit, having two fruits, which was something that was said to be impossible?
Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but it almost felt like it was breaking logic in the world, almost like it was in quotes, because I don't think it is this. I think there's more explanation behind it. Ass pulley, it felt like. I don't know. It just, to me, it felt like it came out of nowhere almost. But I get, like, from my understanding, it's the power of his fruit or something like that.
We don't know. That's
no
the
idea.
that's the mystery behind it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so crazy.
But that's why, like it doesn't feel like it's an ass pull because, like, it wasn't used to win a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it still feels like it's genuine lore that's trying to be built about a character. It's almost like I don't know, but yeah.
The reason why I would say like it's not an ass pull is because it's meant to be so shocking because
Yeah.
during the Enies lobby art it's mentioned that if you eat 2 devil fruits you blow up, and then you see him do this, so then it leads to so many more questions.
Like, is this his fruit at all, or is this just like?
Or it's like how can he do this?
Marco
Yeah.
literally is like, oh, his weird body. Like, is Blackbeard just like some or like a human with a weird ability that's not devil fruit related at all? Like, there's
And
just so
it's-
many questions, and
And we don't know because he did the whole black tarp thing over Whitebeard's body to hide the trick from everybody.
Mhm. It's confusing.
But I can
I
can
don't.
totally
Oh, sorry. What's
I can
up?
totally understand why you think it's like an ass pull, like kind of like random thing, because it is. It's
Yeah.
meant to be like a complete shock. You know what I mean?
It's like a not a badly written ass pull, as bad as that sounds, because like it wasn't needed to win anything. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes me not really view it as that. Because although it comes out of nowhere, it's not like Whitebeard. It's not like Blackbeard is about to lose a fight and he's like, "Oh yeah, I actually have this new skill." You know what I mean?
Right. That's why I was saying like I don't view it as an ass pull because it was meant to be such shocking because we're told that because it's not like we because like you know maybe people who are watching is like who are just watching the series, maybe they're wondering like, well, why doesn't the person eat multiple devil fruits? But then we have that established lore that you'll die if this is done, and then we see Blackbeard pull it off. So it least all these questions now.
Mm-hmm. And then anyway, yeah, I agree. It felt like it wasn't like I thought it was bad. If that makes sense, it's more like I was like, this really felt like it came out of nowhere because it really does come out of nowhere.
Right.
But then Akainu is about to kill Kobe, and then the GOAT. The best character in the I'm capping, I'm joking. Shanks interferes, blocking Akaino's like attack with his sword. And oh my gosh, that scene is so legendary in the anime. I have rewatched that scene like 50 times because it's just so cool. Like out of nowhere, like Shanks comes up and like everybody's shocked because like we were just told that Shanks was fighting with stopped Kaido from moving, and we know that Kaido's on the same tier as Whitebeard and the rest of the Yonkos, you know. On this, as strong as Whitebeard, debatable. I mean, I don't know his strength. I haven't seen him yet, but we know that he's on the same tier. Like we know that he's the same title, which is scary. I mean, it could be like from my perspective, it could be as like Moria compared to Mihawk. You know, like there's that massive difference between the two. I doubt it is because I know. Spoilers now in the series, but yeah, Shanks stops it. He gives his whole speech, and then like the red-haired pirates arrive. He's still giving his speech, and he's like, "If you want to continue this fight, then why don't you fight us first?" You know, crazy. I love it. Best way to end a war like this. Like there is no better way. Like easily, and it really pushed Shanks to be a top 5 character. I think. Like it was wild, and like the more I go back to the scene, the more crazy and cool it is. And then Shanks makes sure he gets Whitebeard's body and Ace's body because he doesn't want them to be like tormented. And as the arc closes out, we see Luffy being saved by Law. So I know there has to be more with Law. There's so much in Marineford, and yeah.
I remember, bro. So I have me all go over Shanks in terms of power scaling, but when I seen that scene, bro, I was like, nah, bro. He's the strongest dude ever, bro.
Yeah.
Especially because Mihawk literally is like, I was not paid to deal with Shanks right now.
It's wild. And then we also get the scene with Ben Beckman where you can almost put him on the perspective of that. Like I know it's debated. I've seen the community's thoughts on it. I've seen YouTube videos taking both sides, but it's almost like it almost feels like Ben Beckman is as powerful as Kizaru, at least.
Yeah.
Because Kizaru is almost like he's not attacking because Ben Beckman has a gun to his face.
Right.
Yeah. Which makes me curious. What does Ben Beckman have that's so scary? Like, oh my gosh. Hockey bullets. Of course. Hockey bullets,
Hockey.
yeah.
That's what I think the kind of consensus is right now.
Because like the according to like the Beaver card, it basically talks about how he's a relative to Shanks or like something like that.
Yeah,
Beaver card.
Yeah, he's comparable to Shanks.
Comparable, yeah. And then like the smartest man from the EdenzBlue, something like that. Or like the smartest man in the EdenzBlue when they were there.
Yeah. Ben Beckman. Oh, sorry. You go first.
I was just gonna say I think he's probably the strongest pirate. I mean, not the strongest pirate. The smartest pirate we've seen thus far.
It's just crazy. I love the red-haired pirates. Shanks is the goat of goats. I don't know. Like every time Shanks is on like panel, he takes the panel. Like he's in like 2. I mean he not even in his own series, like for real. Like wait, you're telling me Shanks is a part of One Piece for real? I didn't know that.
The funny thing about that is he's really always just in his own world, bro.
Yeah.
Every time we see him, bro.
I would say for me, when that moment happened, it was also just so shocking because it's like, oh damn, like him and Luffy were like literally in the same place at the same time, and yet they still don't meet.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, I was like, this is fire. One Piece can't get better than this.
And then you got to Fishman Island, and you were proven wrong for it.
No. Then I got to Fishman Island, and then I started saying, wow, One Piece is trash now for real. But then I got to the post-war arc, and I have to say, Luffy's reaction after he's conscious to everything that's going on hit so hard. When he was like, I don't even deserve to be go after this title. Like, it was just so wild. Like and then he trains, he spends 2 years, all that stuff is going on. We see what the Straw Hat Pirates are up to in each of their locations. That's cool and all. And I'm gonna mention the Zoro part, but I don't really care about what's going on with the other ones. I'm gonna be honest, like it was cool, but like doesn't really matter to me, except the Zoro one does. The Zoro one was special, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's how it's treated.
Yeah. Luffy's reaction though, like just that was wild. Then we get to the scene where Zoro sees the message of 2 years, and he realizes that he has to train, he has to go harder, so he throws his pride as a swordsman away and begs the person that he views as the only person he has to surpass to train him.
Good, bro.
Like his biggest enemy to train him. And at first, Mihawk is like shocked by this. Like he's like, wow, because I feel like Mihawk was almost building Zoro up to be his next rival in a way.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, so he's not even worthy of being my rival. And it almost teaches Mihawk a lesson in who Zoro is and makes him want to fight Zoro down the line even more after that.
Yeah.
W's so gas.
Like ever since he trained him, he kind of sees his potential. And now he's like, okay, if I send him off into the world and then he comes back and in a couple months in the One Piece time, it's like, okay, this man could potentially, challenge me,
Mm-hmm.
He could have me run, Yep.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So crazy.
I was gonna say that's probably one of my favorite Zoro moments in like the whole series. And I know people gas up like nothing happened a ton, but that Mihawk moment really is not like the equal, but it's like very close in my opinion.
I actually think I might have it above nothing happened. I'd have to think about it for a bit though. It's crazy. I love Nothing Happened a lot though, don't get me wrong. But those are the 2 arcs. I think that Marineford, we'll give our ratings and then chat can ask questions. I'll update my top 5 favorite characters, update my top 5 favorite moments in the series, and you guys can do the same from the perspective of just after Marineford.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we'll start with Eden's. What do you rate Marineford, post-war arc, and the Summit War Saga altogether? So that includes Impel Down, because the Summit War Saga includes Impel Down, Marineford, and post-war.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's all 10 out of 10 for me. From the saga, Marineford to post-war, like you can't be convinced otherwise, bro. That's like literally peak One Piece.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Kev?
Basically complete agree with Eden's for like Marineford, like the experience of Marineford and like the Summit War. I think the saga in general, it's like the way that Oda has made us feel like Luffy's just from this massive like force in the world to like basically like a blip.
He's
is
a small
insane.
fish. He's a small fish in a big
small
ocean.
fish in a big pond. Yeah, it's so like insane, and
Yeah.
it's got to be a 10. It's gotta.
Wait, Amazon Lily's part of Summit War Saga?
It is,
I
but
think so.
but I don't think it takes anything
Okay.
away from that saga.
All right, sorry guys. My ratings have changed. 2 out of 10 for real.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, I was gonna say the saga would be a 10 out of 10, but I didn't realize that Amazon Lily was a part of it, so now it's a 9.9 out of 10.
This guy.
I didn't like Amazon Lily. I hated it.
I mean, hey man. Can't blame me for real.
I'll just go into each of the arcs since I can't of this saga. Post-war a 10, Marineford a 10, Impel Down. I've gone back to it. For me, Impel Down is either a 10 or a 9.5. I'm debating between the two now after going back to it and thinking about it for a while. But I love the arc. Amazon Lily, like a 6 or a 7. Sabaody, like a 9. So yeah.
Love to see it.
What about you, Vor?
Man, oh man, I used to have it a little lower, but after rereading, man, 10 out of 10. I'm saying,
Yeah.
I don't.
That's fair.
I literally
I'm
don't
about to say,
remember.
Vor, you got to give it 10 out of 10. They had your man's swimming through the calm belt.
Oh, you're talking about the whole saga?
No, I'm talking about Rayleigh. I'm gonna say that's automatic 10 out of 10 for the whole saga just because of that,
Oh,
right?
that happened in
Yeah, that was post-war. Your man swam through the calm belt.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the saga. Now, I thought you were talking about just Marineford. Oh, if we're talking about saga, then yeah, easy 10 out of 10.
Yeah. The saga's post-war Marineford, Impel Down, Amazon Lily, and Sabaody.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Yeah.
the best stretch of anything I've read, probably.
Yeah, I think from the start of Impel Down to the end of post-war arc is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Amazing. It reminds me of how happy I was reading the first Invasion and Thousand Year Blood War for Bleach. Like, it was on that level of hype for me and greatness. I have to say, like I said earlier, Marineford's not my second favorite arc in long-running shonen. Easily. But yeah. When I think Marineford, when I say it's my second favorite, I'm including post-war arc. I'm attaching the two as one arc, kind of. But yeah.
Yo, Pokes, so the chat saying, are you seeing what Abdel's saying right now?
Abdel's capping. He can say whatever he wants. He's just strong.
What'd he say?
He said Amazon Lily over the Fullbringer arc.
Fullbringer arc is a banger. Don't you talk down on Fullbring for real. That's an. I'm sorry, Abdel. You lost mod for real for that take. That take was so bad that you lost mod.
Not the mod.
Hey, Edens, have I given you mod?
Yeah, you have.
Okay. You're the new mod,
You
Edens.
give me mod for real. Let's talk about it.
Say hi in the chat, Vor, and you'll get mod. You'll be Abdel's replacement. Yo. Okay, Vor. Welcome to the mod team, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah. Big dubs for real.
Tristan Abdel is spinning. Okay, that's timeout for real. Enjoy timeout for real.
Yo, my video just got 1,000 views, bro. Like,
congrats,
fire,
man. I really put the
I gotta head out, but thank you for having me on this, bro.
I'll see you, Edens. Have a great time, man. All right,
You too.
my bad. Top 5 favorite characters in the series at this point. Number 1 is Ace. Number 2 is Whitebeard. Number 3. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna sound terrible. It's Shanks. Like, I think it's Shanks for real. I don't know. That one moment where Shanks pops up is just so goated.
Yeah, that's totally respectable.
Yeah.
People love Shanks.
Yeah. Number 4. It's Robin. Number 5 is Zoro, and number 6 is Luffy. I'm adding Luffy as number 6 because I think he deserves to be mentioned for real.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is my number 6.
so?
But yeah. What about you guys? What were your guys' like top 5 characters after watching post-war arc?
That's so hard.
Oh, man. It was probably...
Ace,
Vor,
Whitebeard.
let me guess your
Yeah,
top
yeah.
5.
Okay,
It was number 5 Rayleigh, number 4 Rayleigh, number 3 Rayleigh, number 2 Rayleigh, and number 1 Rayleigh.
How did you know, bro? Oh man. Let me think. I was probably Whitebeard, Ace, Zoro, Crocodile, and Luffy
Okay.
/ Smoker. I got. I gotta throw Smoker in there just for agenda purposes, bro.
Smoker's in my top 10 for real though. Like, I love
Nice.
Smoker. He's such a cool character. Oh, you got that Ace banner on your channel. I never noticed that for real.
I literally just added it like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But what about you, Kev?
Dude, it's always hard, bro. But I think I got it. Okay. So my number one will never leave. Luffy is the best character. I love Luffy every second for real. Then I don't really have an order for the rest, but Whitebeard is definitely risen to the top 5 after this arc. He's peak. Then Usopp, he was the GOAT, basically pre-time skip, and he never leaves, bro. Robin, also one of the GOATs of pre-time skip. And then we have to remember the actual legend who allowed this to even happen. Bonchan, the legend himself.
So the
We
goat,
can't-
bro.
Bon is
We
so
can't.
goated for real. So
And
underrated.
I was gonna mention this, but the real reason that they get out of the cuffs, they actually lose the key Boa gives them, right?
Mm.
But Mr. 3, inspired by Bonchan, makes a wax key and frees them.
Yeah.
So without Bonchan, it would never happen.
You right for real. You right.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, but I got sidetracked, bro. Yeah, I was like, we
Yeah.
can't forget about the goat, Mr. 3, bro.
Mr. 3 a goat. Welcome your face to the stream, Mr. Anime Outlook. Yeah. Trying to think. But yeah, if the chat has any questions, you guys can drop them in the chat. Top 5 favorite arcs at this point. Number 1 is Marineford / post-war arc. Number 2 is probably Impel Down. Number 3 is Ennis Lobby. Number 4 is Water 7. And number 5 is Skypiea. Actually, no. Skypiea is above Water 7. Water 7 is my number 5. But yeah, what about your guys? What are your guys' top 5 arcs? You can go for the entire series if you want.
I don't want to say my 5th one, so I'll leave my 5th one out because I'm gonna get crucified. But
You gotta say your 5th one, Vor. Let's see you get crucified for real.
all right, so Sabaody. I don't think this is in any order besides the 5th one, right? Okay. Sabaody, Jaya, Ennis Lobby, Marineford, Fishman Island for real.
Okay, Vor, you can
Yeah.
hit that disconnect button. I don't like you anymore.
Jeez.
I was a fan of Vor for the. You know what? Rav is no more. Rav is no
Rob
more.
is no more.
You
No.
just killed Rav.
I just
Congratulations.
put the whole relationship, bro. This is wild.
Yeah, you just killed Rav for real.
Yo, did you really take Abdel's rich away, bro?
Huh?
Yo, you really took Abdel's wrench away, bro. That's why.
What did I take away from Abdel?
The wrench.
Yeah, I did.
The mod's gone.
Yo,
Yeah.
give my man the wrench back for real.
You lost it for real with that terrible take. But yeah, boys, it's official. I'm no longer Rav. I'm Pokesel for real.
That's wild, bro.
You lost my trust, Vor. You ruined our friendship, man.
Look, bro. If I make a video on Fishman Island and change your mind, will you change it back to?
Yes, I will. If you make a video on Fishman Island, then I will change. I will become Rav once again.
I got you, bro.
Oh my god.
a 45-minute video on Fishman
A
Island.
25-minute video on Fishman Island, man. I'll watch it
That's not
10,000 times for real.
Bro, that's not even hard for real. Doing a video on the
For
goat
me,
fish
apparently,
tiger?
bro.
Yeah. No, what? I did not agree that it's goated for real. I did not agree to this. Synsei Ink is typing. What is your favorite ability so far in One Piece? I think it's Marco's for real. Like, Marco's just looks really cool. Either Marco's or Ace's, but I'm like biased for the fire. Did Enma unlock Zoro's COC? I have no idea what you're saying, Billy Bob.
Literally, that for real.
Huh?
That's kind of spoilery.
Just ignore it.
Alright.
Yeah. it's-
Top 5 non-Straw Hat characters. Ace. Whitebeard.
eh.
Ace, Whitebeard. Shanks. Smoker.
Bonchan though?
Then I think Bonchan for real. Either Bonchan or Crocodile. They're tied. Ayo, not the Chug Jug. Yes, Sabayodi is a goat of an arc. Fishman Island is good, but not top 5. Facts, you're spaying Outlook. I mean, Fishman Island I have it as 7 out of 10. Like it's not that I don't like Fishman. It's more like
At least you respect it, bro. At
yeah,
least you
I think
respect
it's a good arc. Like a 7 for me is good. I know some people think that means it's mid, but a 7 for me means a good arc. I like Fishman Island. I'm just disappointed because it felt like the whole story was hyping up. Does that make sense?
Oh, definitely. It was literally introduced in like the East Blue.
Yeah.
So I expect it to be a massive deal. Yeah.
And it
Kinda
just
like,
felt okay, you know.
Kind of like how you've known about Elbaf ever since Little Garden, and we still aren't there yet.
Yeah, for real. I hope Eddie just randomly joins the stream for real and sees his face.
That would be hilarious, bro.
Moving like Kim Jun Pokesol, lol. My way or the highway. Hey, Billy, don't associate me with Kim, please. She's a terrible human being.
Let's talk about the Korean, like.
Dictator.
I thought you were talking about Kim Jong Un and Kim Jong Un.
That's what I think. Billy Bob said like Kim John Pokesol. Like, bruh,
Jesus
I don't want to be
Christ,
associated with a man that murders thousands of people. Like, millions probably, for real. So,
Just say, bro.
yeah.
You can't even leave his freaking country, bro, if you're American.
Yeah, I'm an American. Shanks mid. No, Speed. You're capping. Shanks isn't even a part of One Piece. That's what you should be saying, for real. Blackbeard pack him up for real. Yeah, I do hold the theory that Blackbeard will one day kill Shanks, because we literally hear Blackbeard say it's not the time for me to fight you yet, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that we didn't talk about that scene really at the end. I felt like
Yeah,
like the amount of build up is like, I just can't wait to see them fight for real.
yeah. I agree, Abdel. He's stuck in Punk Hazard. I'm not stuck. I got to Punk Hazard like a week ago, for real. I'm not stuck in it. I've just read 4 chapters of it, for real.
So you're gonna just moving at a turtle's pace.
Yeah, I'm gonna read like through 5 chapters a week of Punk Hazard. That's my goal. That's my goal, to push through it. And then after Punk Hazard, I think I'm out of the bad stretch in One Piece, right? Like the not so great arcs that many people consider.
Right.
Yeah. Billy, can we not get into politics here for real? I like Punk Hazard more on the rewatch. Okay, so it's better in hindsight. Like Fishman Island, I assume, Vor.
Well, what was the what you say?
You said you liked it more on a rewatch, so I assume it's better in hindsight.
Oh, I was talking about Punk Hazard
Yeah.
because they
Well, I'm sure Sock would disagree.
Oh, does he hate Punk Hazard?
Man, Sock hates Punk Hazard, and by that I mean like it killed his whole family for real. Sorry, no, it killed his whole family, brought them back to life, and killed them again, and then burned his body.
Oh my god.
Like that's how much he hates Punk Hazard. Oh, hey, Safama, welcome your face to the stream. We're actually just about done, funnily enough.
I
Best,
just run it back.
yeah,
Bro.
top. I never said the top 5 moments in One Piece now after finishing Marineford. Like, they've changed completely. My favorite moment in the series is easily Ace's death. And him saying thank you to Luffy. I also forgot to talk about Ace's backstory. That was so fire. Like, oh my gosh. Like,
Fire.
it gave so much like exposition and context to the story. It was absolutely incredible. One of my favorite arcs, backstories in all of manga and anime was that backstory.
Yep, bro, it's fire, bro. Wait until you get into Dressrosa and things like that. Their flashbacks are
The
crazy.
flashback's about to go crazy. Well, honestly, we still got to talk about Fisher Tiger for one of the best flashbacks in the whole series.
Has he gotten there? Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
He's gotten
Yeah, yeah.
I have. It
Like-
was gas. I'm not trying to go too many details there, but yeah, it was gas.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all I'll
because
say.
you have an actual review coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Fishman Island.
Yeah. Go for it. That's all.
The Dressrosa flashbacks do go. They
Yeah.
go off.
Yeah.
I'll say this about Fishman Island because before we go back to Marineford, Fishman Island was like the second half for me was like an 8 out of 10, but the first half was like a 6 out of 10, if that makes sense.
It's
Yeah,
understandable.
I want to see Pokes' reaction to a certain backstory in Dressrosa and Kev. I think you know what I'm talking about. The character that everybody when they first see is like, what? This isn't serious. Like, why is he wearing this?
You mean the literal one of the best antagonists in One Piece? Honestly, it's kind of crazy.
Are you talking about
Yeah.
the?
I know.
CSFM.
I know who you're talking
Okay.
about.
Yeah.
Don't
Let
worry.
go.
Go. Yeah.
Abdel spin in the chat. Long Ring Longland over Marineford for real. The Foxy arc is some heat.
Tell Abdel to run my fade for real.
You know, I think I need to unmod Abdel again for that take. Foxy, even if it's a meme, it's just too far for real. Hey Sin, welcome back, man.
Was good.
Yeah,
Big sin.
we're just wrapping up a bit. We're letting the chat ask questions for real. But
Oh,
Sin,
gotcha.
what are your top 5 favorite characters upon finishing post-war arc, that range?
Oh, so from that point, Lucky Roo was still top 1.
Yeah, already.
Until I met Nekomamushi. So Lucky Roo, Whitebeard was somewhere in the top 5. I think at that point I was really fucking with Crocodile still. Aokiji was in my top 5, I think. And I'm trying to think at this time, yo. It's probably Ace or Ace is there. No, I'm tripping. Sanji was still my favorite Straw Hat and in my top 5 at this point. So it probably would be Sanji, Whitebeard, then Crocodile, probably Ace and Lucky Roo.
Yo, Sin, you missing somebody for real.
No, I'm not. Who am I missing?
Bon Clay for real.
Oh, Bon
Missing
Clay.
Bonchan.
Yeah, Bon Clay, bro. Yeah, Bon Clay was top 5, definitely.
Yeah.
I got like 7 top 5 niggas for real.
Hey, it's alright, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know what order they'd be in, but those were some of my favorites though. So like Whitebeard, Ace, Bon Clay, Sanji, Crocodile, Ace, Lucky Roo, Smoker I fuck with at this point. Damn, bro, those are so many, but those are some of my favorites for sure. Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucky Root was top 1 though. That's the important thing.
Yeah. How did the chat get on Naruto Talk again for real?
Because Naruto Talk never dies.
Okay, boys, welcome to today's Bleach review. Today we're reviewing the first arc of Bleach for real. Ichigo a goat for real. This is a joke. I
See, Jinbei was fire, Abdel, for me, but Jinbei didn't become top 5 until after Whole Cake for me.
Understandable. It's understandable.
Jinbei might be top 10 for me after Fishman Island, from where I'm at. I really like Jinbei.
She just popped up as that. So what the heck is that Abby?
Alright, Treasy. So basically, Vor had a really trash take, and I don't want to be associated with Vor anymore, so I had to rename myself and reassociate.
Wait, what did he say?
He said that Fishman Island's top 5 arcs in One Piece.
That's not a bad take.
Yes, it is.
That's what I'm saying,
No, it's
bro.
not.
I just said it was my top 5 favorites, bro.
In hindsight, that arc is very important to the story, so I'm not mad at him having the top 5. I don't have it top 5, but I'm not mad at him for having the top 5 though.
It's understandable.
Pokes don't got no loyalty, bro. He ain't sticking with me through thick and thin for real. Like,
Nah, that's facts.
No, I said I'll stick with Vor if he makes a Fishman Island video for real, so.
Oh, me and Vor, we could set that up this weekend for real.
Bro, I don't remember a lot of it. I can't lie.
It's only 50 chapters. It's not that bad of a.
Don't make me and Vor really chef it up for the Fishman Island respect video. Like, don't make us do that for real. Like,
I was messaging him like, "Yo, Fisher Tiger the goat though," and I'm like, these people they keep slandering, forgetting Fisher Tiger.
Yeah.
Really have to do it for real, like, and they really don't want me and Vor to hop on the Respect Rarely video though. They really don't want that, like.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That really
don't want that, bro.
They don't want that for real, like, we don't, because we really gonna get in our Duffy for that.
Yeah. Spinning for real. Really? I like Rayleigh a lot. He ain't my top 10, but I like him. Does he do more in the story other than where he's at?
Nah, not really.
Ooh, you talking about Rayleigh?
Yeah.
Nah, he just the GOAT.
Yeah.
Hey,
I like him because he's just like a broken goat for real of the past, and he's just, yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course, Fishman Highland over Punk Hazard, bro. The bar's low. Punk Hazard's fucking mid, bro. Fuck that arc.
Not gonna lie, 4 chapters in, and Punk Hazard's my favorite arc in fiction for real.
That's cap. You were just saying the other day how you didn't like Punk Hazard. You were like, man, I'm gonna be on Punk Hazard for a while for real.
No, I meant what I meant by that is it's so good that I want to slowly read it for real.
This man is analyzing every battle, every panel, ain't he?
He analyzing every mid panel for real.
I need masterpiece panels. I need like 12 hours for each
I'm
panel.
not even gonna lie. The paneling in Punk Hazard is super mid. Like, it's all cluttered for real.
Yo, I'm not even a Rayleigh stan, bro. I'm just, my brother is top 1 Rayleigh stan, and I respect my brother so much that I'm indirectly a stan when I'm around him for real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just how it is. When Vor not around, I'm like, yo, Rayleigh cool, but with Vor around, like, yo, Rayleigh really top 1.
Yeah.
You can beat Superman for real.
Vor, you're at 418. Are you at 420 now? Can we celebrate for? Oh, you're at 421. You skipped right over 420 for real.
Yo, this man Vor really halfway to 1,000 already. Like, let's talk about it. Like,
Bro, that's because of you for real.
nah, bro, I'm not even doing nothing for real.
Nah,
It's
bro,
big you for real. Your content is so good, bro. Like,
here's the thing though, Vor. Like, Sin shouts you out. Sure, you're gonna gain like 20 or 30 subs, but they're gonna watch the video and then they'll decide to sub from there.
Yeah,
So like, if your videos weren't good.
Like, there's probably a few people that just sub because I asked, but a lot of people watched your video first, then commented and said, "Yo, just subscribe." Like, bro, they sub because your content fire.
Now they said it was like, "Yo, this is little brother for real. Let me show love."
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm just getting them in the door. It's your content that's gonna make them stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Like take a look at Jacksepticeye. He got like a shout out from PewDiePie. Like, massive channel shouting out Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye had to convince those people to stay on his channel and decide to subscribe. So yeah,
That's true. That's a valid point. That's a valid point.
yeah,
I was about to say if he was born, he would have just had a whole bunch of dead subscribers for real.
True.
yeah, for real. Like your videos are really good. Well, I only watched one of them, but your videos. Sorry, actually, I watched all 3 of them, but
And you were
I
Rob.
had mute on 2 of them.
They are on mute for real.
I was Rav, and I still am the embodiment of Rav. It's just Rav needs to take a break for real after that terrible take.
Yo, that's
You know
wild,
what?
bro.
My name will stay as Rav, but the profile picture will now change. You've only lost half of Rav for real.
Wow. Okay. Hey, that's respect, bro.
Like one bad take doesn't take away from the Rav. It only takes away from the profile picture. Besides, Eddie's Todoroki cosplay is more cursed.
True.
Bro, that joint is.
He's not.
See ya, Ahmed. Smoker's a goat for real. Speed,
Me and Vor, having Vor do One Piece content is a cheat code now for real. Me and Vor finna just be making hella videos, bro. Finna just hop in a call. Hey, yo, Vor, let's make a video for real. Edit that joint. Put it on your channel for real.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yo, Vor profile picture though that I got made, bro. That's that gas, bro.
The smoker one.
He went crazy, yo.
Yeah.
I sent Vor the color one. I was half asleep when I sent it to him. I just hear him go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, bad loud, like, bro, I'm trying to sleep for real.
I thought you were awake, bro.
No, I was tired for real, bro. You scared me. You scared me for real.
Yeah.
No, I just woke up and said, that joint fire.
Facts.
Yeah, bro.
Nigga voice said, what'd you say? I can't hear you. It's fire.
No, he said, I think he said it's gas.
Oh yeah, that joint gas. He was like, what did you say? I can't hear you. It's gas. It's gas.
I thought you said it was trash. I was like, that, yeah.
Yeah,
Talk to you
chill.
later,
my
Outlook. Goat man. But yeah.
All right, bro. I'm about to go. I got a stream posted, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna dip off if you're
I'm
done.
actually gonna end it here. For anybody who's a subscriber of the channel, check out Kev, check out Vor, check out Sin.
Yeah.
We,
instead of checking me out, go check Big Vor out for real. Stop playing.
For real.
Man, bro.
We will be live again on the 7th for like 15 hours to celebrate
Damn.
Bleach's 20th anniversary. So turn on those noties for that.
I won't be here for that.
Yeah, Sin won't be here for that for real. But yeah. So thanks for watching, boys. Before we leave, I gotta make Eddie's profile picture the biggest thing on the stream for real. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out here. I can't believe I collabed with like the best YouTuber of all time, Big Vor, for real. Like, man, getting a channel with like 422 million subscribers was so difficult.
22 million.
That's literally like a 14th of the world for real.
Yo, that's wild, bro.
Yeah. And Social Blade says that he's gonna hit 1 trillion for real soon.
Yeah, by next month.
He's universal for real.
Thanks.
Yeah, for
I got it. Yeah, Anthony's watching my joints, bro. Nah, but I appreciate you having me on, Postal.
No problem, man. It was fun.